Very good afternoon. My name's Chris and I live on the island of Unst in the Shetland Islands. The weather's a bit rubbish today, so I'm just kind of doing stuff in the shed. Just taking apart this 24 port switch for internet and stuff. Anyway, got a nice bit of a steel casing on it. A few little brass goodies in there, you can see them. And there's actually a pretty nice couple of boards in there. And it's the first one of these I've ever taken apart. But let's undo all this. I'll put it on the bench. Come here. Alright. You can see on the board there some nice heat sinks on there, and some nice copper as well. So we'll get into that at some point and take that apart. And a couple of heat sinks I've already taken off. It's really nice aluminium. And then this board got lots of MLCCs on there, which I'll take off. A couple of fans, got loads of fans. And then this board inside here, if the light's really bad or it's just me, inside every single one of these, they're gold pins, so I'll get onto those as well. And there's some other gold pins holding on the other board. But yeah, we'll get that out of the way. It's just something else to be getting on with. So I was going to do a breakdown on the hoverboard. I'm not sure the light's very good, but I'll have to move some things around and see how we go with this. Move that down a bit. I wonder if it might be better on the other side, but yeah. I'll undo the screws and we'll get these off, and then we'll have a look inside. Well, I took the two covers off. Big chunky piece of plastic as usual. I'll chuck them out of the way. I had to cut these off because they were the way they were fixed. So I just had to cut the wires off the end to get those out. I have a big, already got a nice pile of screws and washers. But inside here, I'll lift it up so you can see, it's quite heavy. Got a big chunky battery, and then there's a circuit board on each side with a heat sink, which is nice, and plenty of wires. And this inside casing is aluminium. So there's two big nice pieces of cast aluminium in there, which by the look of it are just screwed in around the edge. So hopefully that'll be decent. And I'm not sure how the rest of that's going to come apart in here, in that mechanism in the middle there. I'm sure it's not anything too difficult. If not, we can get the hammer to it. And then we need to get the wheels off, because I can see inside there's some copper inside the wheels. I'm not sure how to go about this, what would be most interesting for you guys. And I think the screws on the inside, then these outside casings will drop off. I'm not sure if they're fixed under there. We can whip those off and have a look. Oh, well, that's easy. Don't think that's anything more than it's just a couple of pieces of plastic. And they come off nice and easy. Well, the other one did. There we go. It's already got a nice big chunk of rubbish. Oh, so you can see the cast aluminium much better there. That's nice, that is. It's, so it's going to take me to undo all these screws. We'll stop there for a minute. So I've got this other side off. There's a cable which runs into there, which I'm guessing will just be some LEDs. So I'm going to cut that off there for now. And I might break that off later just to see what's inside there. But put that aside for now. I'm guessing the other side is going to be the same. Why would it be any different? I'm just curious as to how these wheels are going to come off, but yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. There's some screws on this side. I wonder if that'll pop off there. Let's see if we can do that. I think so. It doesn't seem to want to come off there. Some nice tyres. I'll just whip that other side casing off. And I have been thwarted by the battery, because I've got to take the battery out to get the last two screws off to remove this plastic casing. How silly of me to think it was going to be the same as the other side when there's a big battery in there. But never mind. It's one of these lovely lithium batteries, so I'm not sure if that's going to be any use to anyone or anything. They may well think they're the future, but I fear not. And some of the videos I've seen of young children mining the cobalt and lithium that go into these batteries, I'd rather we stayed using petrol ore, to be honest. If you can send hundreds of kids down into a mine to get the stuff, then there's not really a whole lot of point, is there? But that's something for somebody else to discuss. I'm sure somebody's making some money out of it anyway, and after all, that's all they seem to be interested in these days. Better stop talking like that or they'll shut me down. Let's get that out of there. I wonder if that would be resellable to somebody. Interesting. Right. Let's get these last two screws out. If I can hold on to the screwdriver. Don't missed any screws, that one's undone. Right, that should come off there. Oh, there we go. Don't force it, it'll fall off on its own. We'll do the same there, we'll cut those wires. There we go. I'll put that one aside as well because we'll look into that. Right, the screw go? There he is. So as we can see, some nice big chunky steel plates there. Steel plate, aluminium, cast aluminium, and some little circuit boards. Alright, we'll come back to that in a bit. I've got some things to do, so I'll go and do them, and then I'll come back to it. That's the beauty. Come back to it when we like. So I'll catch you in a bit. Good afternoon, and we're back. It's a different day. Things being what they are, I had to go off and do something. But I decided to take the hoverboard, split it into the two pieces because both sides are the same. And they were just held together in the middle with there was a clip, and then this, which you would think is copper, as it's copper coloured, but it isn't. So that was a bit disappointing. You get the magnet out, and there you go. So into the steel pile. Anyway, I thought it was quite interesting because you've got the circuit board on the top there, with the aluminium heatsink and all the wires. That comes off. Just 4 screws holding that, and then you've got this little plastic cover. You take that off, and then you've got these, which are like the suspension, which I thought was quite cool. And then the wheels are just held on with 4 Allen screws there. So we'll undo that lot, and then hopefully we'll get to have a look inside the wheel. So we've got the wheel off, and then got a couple more of these, and I just don't know if you can see there, it's held on with the clip, and then hopefully that should just pull out of there, and I'm left with a nice big chunk of the cast aluminium. So this is the bit I'm excited about. It doesn't take much to get me excited, but we'll just whip these screws off. I hope it's okay, a little bit of stop start on the video because you don't really want to see me undoing a whole ton of screws. But let's do these ones and then see where we're at. I'm not sure how that is going to come out of there. Or if it will. There we go. It might lift up. Let's get a screwdriver in there. Oh, there we go. Right, let's just separate that from that board. There's not much on these boards. A bit more brute force on that. Come on, there we go. They come out easy. Yes, just that heatsink really is not a great deal else on there at all. MOSFETs with the copper, and that can come off of there. And you can see inside all that lovely copper there. I'm not sure how that's going to come out. If that's magnetic in there. Yes, it is. I wonder if that side will lift off as well. End up pinging that in my face. Might have to cut that. I'll go and have a little look. Well, it wasn't quite so easy. I had to cut through this, as you can see, and then it comes off, but it's a hard plastic, so it wasn't too bad to cut through. Let's try and get that side off. Jeez, things we do. There we go. More plastic. And that is a thing of beauty. Lots of lovely copper in there, so not sure how that's going to... I'll just push out of there. There we go. And that, I'm guessing, is magnetic. Yep. Nice. That's a nice little magnet. I might be able to use those magnets actually, if I can get them off. Nice. Some bearings. Yeah, I wonder how much copper's on there. Yes, I'll set about. I'll wind all the copper off there, as always, and not bad. I'm not going to do a weigh-in because there's so many bits and pieces. And the little bits I thought were suspension were just kind of little shock absorbers, but they're not very exciting. They were just plastic, so not very good. But yeah, I recommend if you can get hold of one of these. It's not taking me too long to take it apart, but like I say, there's some nice bits of aluminium, and you've got two of these lovely copper motors with some nice copper windings on there. All in all, pretty good. Some wires, some kind of basic boards. Interesting to do, if nothing else, and plenty of little bits for me to get going on, just to finish up the micro scrapping. Thank you for bearing with me on this one. It's not something I've done before, so it was kind of a little bit of trial and error, which is why I was stopping and starting the video a fair bit. But next time, if I get the chance to get another one, I shall be all over it, I think. Right, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, and also thank you very much to the new subscribers. I've finally hit 450. Get in there. So onwards and upwards. Hopefully you find what I'm doing interesting. And I'll catch you in the next one. Keep scrapping.